Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to see about the installation, which means common testings of a city, which is carried out in a substation. The main testings carried out in our substation are installation resistance, then polarity testing, then knee point voltage or electricization or saturation curve testing. Next, current ratio testing and then winding resistance testing. So these are all the common testings carried out in a substation for checking the healthiness of the CT. So uh, we will go by one by one now. First, insulation resistance test. It is used to check the healthiness of your insulation used in your CTs. So normally, as I said, the insulation resistance test in the sense injecting a certain amount of DC voltage and checking the resistance of the insulation in that time. So now for in a description, as I mentioned, primary to earth, primary as a injecting point and the earth as a reference point. We are going to inject a minimum, which means the DC injecting voltage will be having some minimum quantities, which means uh, according to your CT ratios or CT level, which means for for example, I am saying if the CT is in a very used in a very low voltage level means, so in this way the injecting DC voltage, which means for insulation resistance testing, we need to inject a minimum amount of voltage only. If we are going with a higher standard of CT and a higher standard of rating of voltage means, in that time the injecting voltage also be increased. So for example, I'm saying if the CT is like a small LV, which means a low voltage level CT means, we are going to inject a minimum of 1000 volt. In that, the resistance value should be greater than 500 megohm. Then for a primary secondary connection, which means primary as a injecting point and secondary as a lead reference point, the injecting voltage is 1000 volt and resistance value should be more than 500 megohm. Then secondary as a injecting point and earth as a reference. In that time we need to inject only 500 volt because the secondary cores are very light and thin. So we have to inject only 500 volt. Then core to core, which means in a secondary there will be multiple cores. So in that time we need to check the multiple core insulation also. So in core 1 and core 2, between those two cores we are going to inject a 500 volt and we need to have a more than a resistance value of 50 megohm. Next to polarity checking. Normally the polarity is used to determine by a uh, direction in which a secondary coil or wound around the transformer core, which means the it should be a in a subtractive polarity level. Our CT should be, which means the P1 should indicates to your S1 of your secondary and P2 should indicates to your S2 of your secondary. How this is possibly checked uh, by help of one battery, 9 volt battery. That battery is a 9 volt. And next thing is we are going to inject a positive on your HV, which means P1 side of your CT, which means the primary side of your CT P1, and negative on the primary side P2 of your CT. Then the secondary side, in the secondary side we need to connect one galvanometer or a DC voltmeter or analog, any analog meters. So in the sense we are going to give a pulse in our primary side and we are going to check whether our secondary is responding in a perfect way or not. So in this way you can easily able to check the polarity. So normally the direction should be in a clockwise direction, which means when injecting or giving a pulse in your primary side P1 and P2, P1 is as a positive in S1 side of your galvanometer should be connected in positive of your galvanometer, and S2 side should be, which means secondary side S2 should be connected in your galvanometer negative. So in this way, while giving a pulse, the galvanometer will move in a clockwise direction. So if the polarity get reversed, it means automatically it will moves in a anti-clockwise direction. So in this way we can easily able to find the polarity. Why the polarity testing is main? Because the CTs, uh, if they are in a reversed polarity and we have connected to the relays, means automatically the relay will act, which means the protection will operate due to this malfunction of polarity. So polarity testing is main. Next is your knee point voltage test or excitation saturation test. It is noting but the magnitude of a saturation limit of your CT, which means normally the voltage transformation ratio ES is equal to 4.44 into flux into current into number of conductors used. So in this case, the flux transfer to the core is directly proportional to the voltage applied, and current is directly proportional to the MMF, which means a magnetomotive force. That is, the applied voltage in the CT increases flux in the core, but the core has a certain limit. Beyond that limit, core approaches the fluxes. So to transformer minimize minimum voltage, the transforming winding takes more current due to the core temperature increases. This is your saturation meaning. So normally the knee point voltage testing is used to know the saturation level of your CT, because whenever a fault current or any type of overcurrent is happened, means automatically the overcurrent will flows to your relays, and it will make some malfunction in your relay, or else the relay get tripped, or even the relay get damaged. So in order to maintain relay protection, the saturation level of your CT should be known. So normally the knee point voltage is determined in your protection class or protection special class of your CT. And also this knee point voltage is not done for your metering and 5P15 or 5P20. Likewise, remaining kind of CTs, we don't need to do this knee point voltage test, because the PS protection special class type of CTs are used for mainly your main relay protections, as I said, differential or REF or distance kind of protections. Next, the diagrammatic connections of your saturations or any point voltage testing is that we need a single phase supply, in which the single supply is directly connected to your variac or auto transformer. So the output of the variac is connected to your step up transformer, which means step up transformer is used to build up the voltage. The single phase voltage which we are injecting, it will goes to your variac. The variac which can varies the voltage, and the step up will build up the voltage, which means the single phase will goes up to 10 kV also. It's up to your rating of your step up transformer. And also to know the voltage injecting on the outside, which means on the output, we need to know the minimum voltage of your step up. So in the sense, the multimeter or analog multimeter or analog voltmeter, it will be connected in your 10% voltage, which means for example, I'm saying if the output is 100 voltage, means in the connection point of your multimeter will shows as a 10 voltage, which means 10 volt will be mentioned in your uh, in the multimeter, and the output will be 100 voltage. That is known as your 10% of your output voltage, that we are connecting a multimeter. And the output of your step up is connected to your secondary core of CT. In here the CTs will be in a open condition. Next, current ratio test. The current ratio test is conducted to prove that the ratio of CT is as mentioned, and to verify that the CT ratio is correct, at all different tabs of your CT. Then the CT consists of one or more few tabs, or its primary as coil of heavy duty wire wrapped around the core, or just conductor or a bus bar inside a hole. So normally N2 by N1 is equal to V2 by V1. Here N2 by N1 in the sense the primary and the secondary winding turns, and V1 by V2 is your primary and the secondary voltage readings. Next, the connection diagrams. Uh, in this case also we need a, single phase supply as a input, and the single phase supply will be given to your variac or auto transformer. Then the auto transformer output is connected to your loading transformer. In here the loading transformer, in the sense, it will boost up the output current, which means a loading transformer is capable of injecting up to 1,000 or 1,200 amps of current also. So in this case, the output of your loading transformer will be connected to your CT primary side, and the leakage transformer, which means the current injecting part, the leakage will be the injecting current will be measured by the ammeter or a tongue tester or a leakage tester in the primary side, and also secondary side will be shorted condition. So while secondary is in a shorted condition, automatically our injecting current will be measured in your leakage transformer. So the primary and the secondary should get a matching level, which means the both get match. If for example I'm saying the ratio is 400 bar 1, means if we are injecting 200 amps, means the secondary side should be in a 0.5 amps of current. So this is the connection diagram for testing the ratio test of your CT. Hope you understand. I think so. These and all the basics testings to be carried out for checking the CT healthiness. Next we will go with the uh, test reports. What and all the test reports we should know to mention in your CT. So normally, as I informed, the test procedures are insulation resistance test, winding distance, polarity, ratio test, knee point test. So this is the basic report preparation. In such a way, we should prepare the reports for your testing. Next, we will go with some examples of CT nameplates, how to verify or how to read the CT nameplates. So, if we are able to read the CT nameplates, means automatically next thing is we need to do the testing for this CT, and then third part is commissioning of your CT. Commissioning in the sense the relay connections, how it should be taken, then how the star pointing should be done. The star pointing earthing also plays a major role, because the earthing should be in a single earthing, which means if you are connect for a differential relay, we are going to take a two terminals of your CT, which means one is your one side of your CT, another one will be another CT, another side. So in the sense, the common thing is that the both that get star pointed in inside of your differential protection, and also the earthing should be a commonly only one. So in this way we are going to see the nameplate of your CT. So in here the nameplate itself, you can easily able to understand that the CT is a 5 cores, which means 5 cores of your CT is here, and also each core having a tabs, which means for a core 1, 1s1, 1s2, 1s3, then core 2, 2s1, 2s2, 2s3, core 3, 2s1, 2s2, 2s3 and 2s4, and core 4, 2s1, core 4, 4s1, 4s2, 4s3, core 5, 5s1, 5s2 and 5s3. Then the class accuracy class also been mentioned. The first two cores are a PS class, which means protection special class. Then third one is your metering, 0.25, 0.2 yes, like it is mentioned. Then fourth one is your PS class, and also fifth one is your PS class of your city. Next, core 4, core 3, core 4, core 5. For all these three, having a four number of tabs, which means S1. So, in the sense, the ratio also differs from your first two core. So, next thing is that ratio for S1 and S2 having a 600 amps, and S1 and S3 having a 1200 amps of your core 1 and core 2. Then core 3, core 4, core 5 having a S1 and S2 as a 300 amps, S1 and S3 having as a 600 amps, and S1 and S4 having a amps of 1200 amps. Then next thing is that here the purpose of your usage is mentioned. So the purpose is that first two are used for a bus differentials, then first two cores, then third core is used as a metering, and core 4 and core 5 used as a transformer differential backup impedance, likewise line protections, as they have mentioned in the here, but most of the cities they will not mention. Then coming to the knee point voltage, uh, so the knee point voltage of your core 1, core 2 has been given, and also the level of your leakage current has also been mentioned as a VK leakage current, which means the current in your at the time of knee pointing level also been given in core 1 and core 2. While yeah, 1S1, which means S1 and S2, having an E-point voltage of 600 amps, 600 volt, and also the milliamps level is 20 milliamps. Then for S1 and S3 having a voltage of 1200 volt, and also the milliamps level is 40 milliamps, so it should not exceed the 40 milliamps. Then core 3 is metering, so we don't need to do the knee point voltage test. Then core 4 and core 5 we need to do the knee point voltage test, and that also S1 and S2 has a 300 amp volt, S1 and S3 has a 600 volt, and S1 and S4 has a 1200 volt. Corresponding to the voltage, the milliamps leakage should be 20, 40 and 60 milliamps. It should not exceed the level. So these are all the basic nameplate details as mentioned in the transformer. So in the next video, we'll see the testing procedures, or how the testings will be done for this nameplate of your CT. This is the another example of your CT. In here, the CT ratio, in the sense having a 300 amps of your CT, and also when there is no taps in the secondary side, which means it is having only two cores. One is your core 1 S1 and S2, 1S1 and 1S2, and core 2 2S1 and 2S2. So in here there is no taps. So, and also there is no mentioned as a protection special class, so we don't need to do the knee point voltage test also for these CTs. These are all the common examples. In the coming up video we will see the uh, testing procedures, or else how the testings will be carried out, and what and all the aspects we need to do, and also how to check these CT levels, which means the ratio testing which we are doing for the CTs, we need to know the level. So we will see that in coming up slides. Keep watching my video. Thanks everyone. Share your knowledge and gain your knowledge.